Good morning, students. This is Professor Eknath Ahire from Divine College of Pharmacy, Satana, Department of Pharmaceutics. Students, before starting today's lecture, we will go through the today's motivational quote. So, quote is here: Thinking should become your capital asset, no matter whatever ups and downs you can across in your life. So, your thinking ability or thinking power will become your permanent income source, and whatever type of problems are there in your life, no matter, okay, you should have to do your uh, day-to-day exercises and day-to-day working to become or to get that particular thing in your life. So and this beautiful quote is stated by the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Okay. So with this beautiful quote, we will start today's lecture. So students, as you already know, we started the new chapter, which is compartmental model, which is one of the important chapter in the your biopharmaceutics uh, textbook. So or the syllabus. So, in that, we already discussed the introduction part of compartmental model. In that, we also discuss the different classifications of compartmental modeling. And in today's lecture, we are going to see regarding one compartment open model. In that, particularly, we will discuss regarding the intravenous infusion model. Okay. So in previous session, we already discussed this representation of one compartment open model, or we can say the IV infusion. Okay, so at the any time of infusion, the rate of change in the amount of drug in the body, which you can say the rate rate reaction is the dx by dt is the difference between zero order infusion, which is we can say the R0 or the zero order, and first order elimination. We can write this first order elimination as minus ke into x. So we can write the equation from above statement. The dx by dt is equal to R0 minus ke into x. So regarding IV infusion, we can say that the IV infusion is a rapid injection is unsuitable sometimes. So in that case, when the drug has the potential precipitate toxicity or when the maintenance of a stable concentration or the amount of drug in your body is desired at that particular time, in a such situation, the drug or the example, you can take the any drug, or we can say the example like antibiotic like theophylline or the procainamides, etc. drugs, or after administration of this type of drugs, it will use the constant rate or the we can say zero order by the IV infusion. So in contrast to the short duration of infusion of an IV bolus, uh, this may be for few seconds. The duration of rate constant infusion is usually much longer than the half lives of the drug. So we can say like this, uh, something is going on there with the or the in the relations with the one compartment open model, or in case of intravenous infusion. So we can say there some advantages also there by using of this zero order infusion. So uh, one of them we can say that it is advantageous as ease of the control of rate of infusion to fit individual patient's need. Okay, so in that we can say also the it prevents the fluctuating maxima and the minima, or we can say peak and the valleys. Okay, then also we can say the plasma level. Okay, so this is desired especially when drug has a narrow therapeutic index, and this may be happen in case of the narrow therapeutic index. Or we can also say that it is advantageous in case of other drugs like electrolyte and nutrients, and which can be conveniently administered simultaneously by the same infusion line in critically ill patients. So you can say that likewise this IV infusion is advantageous for us. So the next part of this IV infusion is the rate expression, or we can say the expression for rate of drug presentation, and it is, or it will be given by the following, or you can say at any time during infusion, the rate of change in amount of drug. Okay, so this is the dx by dt, which is a rate of change of in the body. So you can say dx by dt is the difference between the zero order rate of drug infusion, or we can say the R0, and the first order rate of elimination. Here we can say the minus ke into x. So uh, we can write the dx by dt is equal to R0 minus ke into x, and after rearranging this equation k, we can write the ke into x plus dx by dt is equal to r0, or the zero rate of reaction, or the zero order reaction. And next, after rearranging the above equation, x plus dx by dt is equal to r0 upon ke, and finally we will get x0 is equal to r0 upon ke minus dx by dt. And we also know that the x is equal to vd into c. So on integration and rearranging of above equation, we will get x is equal to r0 upon ke, and into in bracket 1 minus e minus ke into t, since we also know that the x is equal to vd into c, and c is equal to vd by x by vd. So already we know these conditions, so we can rewrite the equation likewise. The c is equal to r0 upon ke into vd into 1 minus e minus ke into t, and uh, finally we will write this equation likewise, or the by transforming above equation we can write the c is equal to r0 upon the total clearance, or clt, into 1 minus e minus ke into t. So since we already know that the total clearance is equal to ke into vd, so at the start of this constant rate infusion, the amount of drug in your body is zero. We can say like it's zero. Hence, there is no elimination occurs over there. Okay. So as this time passes, the amount of drug in the body rises gradually. Okay. It will be rise gradually or slowly. Then elimination, uh, or we can say the elimination rate less than the rate of infusion. Okay. Mm, uh, upon this equation, so until a point after which the rate of elimination equals the rate of infusion, so that is, we can say, the concentration of drug in plasma approaches a constant value called as steady state or the plateau state. or we can say the infusion equilibrium state. So uh, we have to learn about this plateau state. So what is meant by the plateau state or the steady state constant? So let's see. So here we can say the initially the amount of drug in the body is zero and hence no elimination is there. So as the time passes, the amount of drug in the body gradually rises until the rate of elimination is equal to the rate of infusion. And this condition is also called as the steady state or a plateau state or the infusion equilibrium state, we can say. Okay, so uh, you can observe here in the graph the plasma concentration time profile for a drug given by the constant IV infusion over here you can observe, and in that you can observe also the two curves are there, and they are indicates that the different infusion rate at R0 and 2R0 for the same drug. Okay, and when plotting on the similar graph, we'll get the yields the straight line with slope, and the slope is minus ke upon 2.303. So here is the next step is at a steady state we can predict this. At the steady state the rate of change in amount of the drug in the body is zero. Okay, you can say the zero. The equation may be, or we can say the dx by dt or the amount change in the body is zero. If zero, then 0 is equal to r0 minus ke into xss or the at a steady state. So ke into xss is equal to r0, so xss is equal to r0 upon ke, since x is equal to vd into c. So, and we have also know that c is equal to vd, x upon vd. So we can write this equation likewise, or the transforming the concentration terms and rearranging the above equation, we can write likewise the CSS is equal to R0 upon KE into VD. So is equal to R0 upon total clearance or CLT, and we can say that, or or that is, or this is also known as the infusion rate upon clearance. So we can say that where XSS and CSS are the amount of drug in the body and concentration of drug in plasma at steady state respectively. Okay. So the value of K, you can observe here the value of K can be obtained from the slope straight line obtained after a semi logarithmic plot, or which is already we discussed in this uh, slide. Okay, so uh, then this plasma concentration time data gathered from this time when infusion is stopped. So likewise we can say the infusion rate upon clearance is over there. So next step is the elimination rate constant. So we can calculate this elimination rate constant by substituting CSS is equal to R0 upon total clearance in the equation. C is equal to R0 upon KE into VD and into 1 minus E minus KE into T. So we can rewrite this equation as C is equal to CSS upon sorry into 1 minus E minus KE into T, and again rewriting the equation, C is equal to CSS minus CSS into E minus KE into T. So CSS into E minus KE into T is equal to CSS minus C. So uh, finally we can write this equation. Likewise, the e e minus k into t is equal to css minus c upon css. So finally we can transforming the above equation into the common the logarithms. So we can write log css minus c upon css is equal to, finally we will get the minus ket upon 2.303, which is we are got it into the slope value. Okay, so you can say that the semi-log plot of the css minus c upon css versus t result in the straight line with the slope of minus ke into t upon 2.303. And next part is the graph of elimination rate constant, or we can say that the semi-log plot to compute ke. You can observe that the ke from infusion data up to steady state. Okay, so we will get or we will find the elimination rate constant by using the ke is equal to slope into 2.303. So after this we can say that the the time to reach a steady state concentration is depend upon the elimination half lives and not the infusion rate. Okay, so we can say that the elimination rate constant is a straight line, and we will get the slope here the minus k upon 203 2.303. Okay, so the time to reach steady state concentration is dependent upon the elimination half lives and infusion rate. Okay, and if n is the number of half lives pass since start of infusion, can be written as C C is equal to, or the concentration is equal to CSS concentration in steady state into 1 minus 1 half, uh, sorry, half into n. So for therapeutic response, more than 90% of steady state concentration in blood desire which reach 3.3 half lives. So this is at a 90% of steady state concentration. We will reach up to the 3.3 half lives, and it will be, and if it will at 99% of steady state concentration, then we will get the 6.6 half lives of the concentrations. And we can say that the shorter the half life, sooner is the steady state concentration. If half life is a shorter, then the steady state concentration will get the soon or the earlier. So we can say that the percent of css achieved at the end of each t half is the sum of css at previous t half and the concentration of drug remaining after a given t half. Okay, so we can say. So next part is infusion plus loading dose. So what is the relationship between infusion and loading dose, or what will uh, get after this one? So it takes a very long time after administration. Okay, infusion, it, so it will take a very long time or the longer duration time for the drugs having the longer half lives before the plateau concentration is reached, and it may be up to the uh, like we'll get one example like a phenobarbital, and it will take the almost 5 days. And thus initially such drugs have subtherapeutic concentrations, and this can be overcome by administrating an iv loading dose large enough to yield the desired steady state immediately upon injection prior to starting the infusion. So It should then be followed by immediately by IV infusion at a rate enough to maintain this concentration. So we can uh, achieve this condition by using the IV infusion over there. So you can see here the plot of intravenous infusion with loading dose, and it is as the amount of bolus dose remaining in the body falls, there is a complementary rise resulting from the infusion. So we can uh, see this the intravenous infusion with loading dose graph. So next part of this infusion plus loading dose is the uh, equation part. So after recalling of once again the relationship between the x is equal to vd into c, as we already know, the equation for computing the loading dose xol can be given as, or the for computing the loading dose xol is, it may be given as the xol is equal to vd into css. So we know that the css or the concentration in steady state is equal to the r0 upon ke into vd, and c is equal to x into vd. So we can write this equation as xol is equal to vd into css. So we can say that the xol is equal to vd and vd into r0 upon ke into vd, and after uh, cancelling the same terms vd vd, we will get the xol is equal to r0 upon ke. So we can say that the equation describing this, or we can say the x0ol is equal to r0 upon k, this equation describing the plasma concentration time profile following the simultaneous IV loading dose, which is we can say the IV bolus, and constant rate IV infusion, is the sum of two equations describing each process. Okay, so we can say like this. And here is the next part of this IV infusion plus loading dose. So sum of two equation describing the simultaneous IV loading dose following IV infusion. So we know that C is equal to C0 into E minus Ke into T. So uh, this is uh, this is the equation for IV bolus, and this can be written as x is equal to x0 into E minus K into T. So after the substituting xol instead of the x0 in the below equation, we will get the x is equal to x0 into E minus Ke into T. So we will get the x is equal to xol into E minus K into T, and finally we will get the C is equal to COL into E minus KET, since we already know that this COL is equal to XOL upon VD. So we can write this equation as C is equal to XOL upon VD into E minus K into T. So uh, next part is the so therefore we already know that the IV bolus plus IV infusion, and or we can say the IV bolus is equal to IV infusion rate. So we can write or the after addition of these both terms IV bolus and IV infusion, we will get the C is equal to x0 OL upon VD into E minus Ke into T plus. So this is for IV bolus, and after addition of IV infusion R0 upon Ke into Vd into 1 minus E minus Ke into T. So since we already know that the XOL is equal to Vd into CSS, or the uh, concentration in the steady state, and XOL is equal to R0 upon Ke, and also we know that the R0 is equal to XOL into Ke, and R0 is equal to Vd into CSS into Ke. So above equation becomes, by substituting these alternative values, we will get the C is equal to Vd CSS upon Vd into E minus Ke into T plus CSS into Ke into Vd upon Ke into Vd into 1 minus E minus K into T. So after uh, cancelling the same values, we will get the equation C is equal to CSS into E minus K into T plus CSS minus CSS into E minus KE into T. So here also after the after cancelling the same terms, we will get the C is equal to CSS. So from this equation we can say that, or from this C is equal to CSS, this from this equation we can say that the or the C is equal to CSS indicates that the concentration of drug in the plasma remains constant at a steady state throughout the infusion rate. So we can say that the concentration into the steady state is a at a stable, or the at a steady state condition, or the constant at this particular state. So we can uh, finally predict this one C is equal to CSS. So this is overall for the one compartment open model IV infusion. Okay, so this whole part is comes under the IV infusion process. So we have to finally predict that C is equal to CSS from this overall IV infusion equation. Okay, so thank you so much for being here in a further day. So thank you.